Well, what's better than a modern piece of furniture perfectly crafted to your specs for that special place in your home or apartment? Well, only one thing could come close. Maybe a 100-year-old dining table or a vintage chest. How about an old-school pinball machine?
Wow, now these are just some of the items that Tulu got to recently discover at the National Antiques Fair. He also got some tips on how to go about starting your very own antique collection. Let's take a look.
Just like walking into an art gallery, antique collection can come across as something that's very exclusive and far out of reach for a lot of people. And that's why when I heard the National Antique Fair was coming to town, I decided to check it out and decide for myself whether antique collection is something reserved only for rich housewives. Clyde, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
I'm good, man.
Welcome to the Antique Fair.
Thank you very much. I must say it's my first time at an antique fair, but it's exactly how I imagined it to be.
Well, I hope it's better than that.
It should be. I mean, there's so many pieces here. It's actually overwhelming. Where do you guys find them?
Well, that's the incredible thing about the antique industry, because everything has a past. We started the Antique Fair 20 years ago to bring and encourage young people into collecting. Yes, there is the items you have to spend a lot of money on, but that's not the main emphasis of what we started all those years ago. We decided to bring the fair here to show people what antiques are. It's been quite wonderful, because people who see the word antique and they're sort of like, oh, that's not for us, we don't understand it. We get so many people coming through and saying, wow, if this is antiques, we love it.
I'm rather excited to take a walk around here and see what might spark my interest in the antique world.
It's fantastic.
Shall we go?
This is quite a fantastic piece, 24-seater table, and it's dated about 1860. And it comes from an original naval mess in Durban, and it was sold off about 30, 40 years ago, and now it's come back into the trade to find a new home. You imagine what stories were told at that period of time around a table like this, you know. So but let me take you on to the next item quickly. This is really an exciting new trend in the antique industry, and it's really a young, with it thing that you might find fantastic, collecting pinball machines.
I really find it interesting. I think this is right up my alley, actually. If I had to buy a piece, I would definitely go for one of these. Clyde, I might regret asking this, but how much do one of these machines go for, just out of interest?
Well, you might expect to pay $1 million because it's called William Millionaire, but it's actually priced at about 39,950 Rand. This is one of my favorite pieces at the fair. Actually, it's a deeds box. So what's exciting about a deeds box is all your important documents in bygone times would have been kept in a box like this. Yeah, you would have put pens and things like that, or small documents inside these areas.
All right, so we've got a deeds drawer, we've got an expensive dining room table, we've got a pinball machine. What's next?
Well, I'm now going to take you and show you Miss Daisy. Miss Daisy arrived yesterday and she's fantastic. Okay, so Miss Daisy's fantastic. She's in her original condition, and I thought you might want to take her for a spin so you can get in and see how she drives.
Ah, this is really nice.
Since you were one of the people who said, what would I collect? So I'm showing you quite a journey. You know, this could be your weekend car. And you know, lots of people are starting to buy these vintage cars, and they've proven around the world to be fantastic investments.
What I found very fascinating is this door handle. Can you believe that this is once how our car door handles look like, to what they look like today?
Hopefully my journey today in teaching you about antiques is not to think only antique furniture. We've taken you to pinballs, to vehicles, to document boxes, to dining room tables, and it just shows you how diverse the antique industry is for young collectors today.
Clyde, thank you so much for showing us around the fair. I'm definitely inspired to start collecting.
Well, hopefully we've given birth to a new collector.
You have, really. That pinball machine, like I said, I'm coming back for it.
I can picture as the new pinball wizard of this generation.
Bringing back the 1920s.
Absolutely.
Your collection can start with a piece of clothing, a hat, a ring, a handbag, or anything of a time and place past. From there, a life's adventure begins.